Well, after hearing that Velvet, Kamawana, and Eleanor all lost their parents...
My mother was a strict, frightening woman, but she died a long time.
I see.
I have no parents either, but the wicked witch who took me in said I was born from a peach that floated down...
Coming from you, I'd almost believe that.
And...
We Malakim are formed from untainted... Sometimes humans are reborn as Malakim, but they retain no memory of their In other words, we don't have blood relations.
I see. By the time I was aware of anything around me, I suppose having no mother means I don't have any memory. I told Medusa that losing a mother, but I can't know how pain...
Go easy on him, Aizen. He's just a...
I'm just telling it like... But listen to me, Laphicet. You can share deep connections with other people, even if you don't have a biological... Malakim, too, can form precious bonds.
That's right. Your words wouldn't have stopped Medusa.
You really...
I'm sure of it.
It's far better than being a witch born from a
Nonsense! There's no... I have an everlasting friendship with...
I hope he...
You said that Malakim can have familial ties.
Well, a very long time ago, I was born into... I remained in that place for a long while. And then one day, before we knew it, we had wound up living together under the...
Are two Malakim always siblings if they come from the same Earth?
No. The other Malakim were born there, but I never felt like they were... But something. If she was sad, I'd feel sad. She can be abrasive, but when she smiles, it's like nothing. I made a pendant from a stone on that sacred mountain and gave it to her as a luck. Of course, she just wears it as a neck.
And your pendant? Did she give that to you?
She had the same idea I had. She made the pendant herself and gave it to me without either of us having mentioned a word of it beforehand. We each gave each other pendants in the same... That's when I really knew that what I had felt all...
Is that her in...
Yeah. It's a self-portrait she drew for me on the day I...
Did you draw her a picture?
No. I don't...
Well, I'm sure that if you looked inside her pendant, you'd find a portrait of...
I hope so.
Yeah, and it would be nice if it was you.
Ah, there you...
Hi, teacher. Have you...
I have indeed. It turns out there was a... I've already transcribed it.
Okay. When the 8 malevolences overflow, in the culmination of mankind's despair, Innominat will bring an end to all peoples. 4 Empyreans shall wield a wrathful sword and cleave the great devourer, 2 asunder to sleep beneath the earth. As Scarlet, the nameless Empyrean hath one heart.
Oh, yet more delightful material.
If I'm understanding this right, that's what I... When the 8 malevolences overflow in the culmination of mankind's despair,
So, when the world is at peak malevolence, Innominat will use that...
He's going to wipe out...
Is that what the Abbey is after?
No. Artorias is... His 2 primary ideals are the many over one, and the restoration of... He sacrificed Laffy to protect this world.
You mean that's who he is as far as you know? People change, Velvet. Perhaps the shepherd gave... Maybe he lost faith in mankind. Fools prone to sin, endless...
He's not like that. If that's all true, then what point was there in
Is there anything else in the...
Yes and no. This copy itself is incomplete. For now, I've done...
There must be an original...
Without it, I doubt the Abbey would be plotting Innominat's revival.
But this was the only copy in the royal villa. If the original is out there...
Yeah.
Hey, Laviset! Medessa let me sleep in her bed last. She's warm for a snake lady. That's great. She's gonna help me take a bath now. You should come join. What? I couldn't. It's okay. I don't mind at all.
Hey, Kamoana. Did you know? Dial started to grow a brand new tail.
Wow, really?
He's up at the observation tower.
Let's go see. Medessa, you too.
All right. But don't run, or you'll trip.
Having some girl trouble, my little Malik?
I'm just glad Kamawana and Medessa are starting to feel.
Yeah, they both still have a long...
We've got bigger things to worry about. Hurry up and locate the next Earth.
Right. Must you always be so blunt,
I must, in fact. We're up against the Abbey here, and soon...
That's true.
Do we go find another
No, we'll keep on the offensive.
As a swordsman, I can respect that mindset.
I'm not so sure we could hold this place anyway.
We've got no obligation.
I found another Earth Pulse point. It's in the eastern.
But that's... all right.
Then our first stop should be Port Talia.
Grimoire always looks like she never wants to do any work, but despite all her grumbling, when she starts a job, she's frank, but she still takes care not to say anything to hurt anyone.
Well, sorry if I'm
I didn't mean it like that. You're all still so young and have led different lives. Can't...
Well, if you're saying we lack a certain air of maturity, I might not disagree.
That's for sure. It's true Lord Artorius has scolded my lack of...
Although I do get the impression that Grimoire has been dependable like that since she was young.
And it's a good impression at that. Old Grim's been that way since the day she was born. I hate to admit it, but her combination of insightful words and deadpan expression has charmed the hearts of many. At her peak, she had a fan club 8,848 members strong, and her dinner shows would sell out the day the Malakim came by the droves to doze off listening to her.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, she's even a regular feature in Who's Who.
Now that I think about it, I could see how a person could interpret her lethargy as patience, and her vague compared to her...
Were you just trying to imitate her?
No.
Whether you meant to or not, that kind of felt like her just now. I can see it in you, waiting to be awakened. That's
Me? Sophisticated and...
Try talking like her. You know how she lets her sentence...
all right. I think I... Oh... What do you think, Laphicet? Do I sound like...
It feels a little off, but you're definitely doing it. You don't have to grow up, Madame Eleanor. You're cute, just...
You stay out of this, Bienfa...
When mankind's despair reaches its...
So that song...
No matter how many times I read...
Understanding that ancient tongue is difficult, right? Maybe the end to all actually means an end to all human suffering, for example.
That is a possibility.
We need the other half of that book.
We don't have the time to search for it.
And don't forget that book is just a cop.
That's an...
When Miss Magilu made me copy magic tomes...
Didn't that cause a lot of...
Well, when she tried to cast a spell from one of the tomes, the spell exploded in her face. She told me to copy 100 books in 3 days. Oh, cruel is right. That witch is a real devil, I tell you. A slave driver.
Hush now. There's no need to worry. I'll make it a half-hearted... Not that I really care.
No, we were...
Yeah.
I...
Card. And I can play.
Then...
Whoa!
You're both adult.
That's it. If we have a drinking contest, we'll be able to compete on an even play.
Yeah.
Well, that's one way of...
Whatever gets it done. I'm not...
If you guys are gonna have a drinking contest, you're gonna need some tasty snacks.
Definitely. Let's go out and fish us some...
Yeah.
Didn't we just figure out he...
We were just about to finally resolve this mess. Why'd you...
What? Why are you yelling? Scout ship departing.
May I ask you a question?
What?
You're an Earth Moloch, yes? What?
I live on the sea because I'm an Earth.
I'd be curious.
Ifrid used to go on about how we should accept what we were born with. But one time he joked about the idea of a pirate who couldn't swim. I wanted to clobber him right then and there. But I didn't want some predestined elemental affinity to control who I was.
Well, I guess that's one way to...
Well, as soon as I stepped into a river, a big flood brought down a landslide from... Then when I tried going into a lake, the seaweed suddenly multiplied and tangled around my body. And then finally when I tried jumping into the ocean, a huge whirlpool formed. As far as I'm concerned, my Earth affinity and my Reaper's curse aren't much different. And that they've both shackled me since I came. This is about pushing and challenging the... Pretty much, yeah.
Oh. It's sour. So you've kept your sense of taste? In my dreams I have. Nowhere else. Does that make this a dream? It would have to be, wouldn't it? I devoured you. How could I ever forget it? The taste of your... How could I ever... Looks like the fogs were...
Yep.
Eleanor, there's something I want to be... Laffy said is not your little Mala.
What? That's all you wanted to say? You realize he doesn't belong to you.
Indeed I do. Laffy said's his own person.
You're right. Malakim aren't just tools to be... I'll be more careful not to forget.
Good, as long as we're on the same page.
Since we're on the subject of reminders, you haven't forgotten our little bet.
You mean the 100 gold on whether I'd break? No.
A word of caution. People can fight against pain, but they can't fight against... If you're keen on winning our bet, I'd steer clear of it.
Sorry to break it to you, but all I have anymore are night...
The fog's cleared. Good thing we didn't...
Of course we didn't.
A bunch of shameless rogues who are very good at shameless...
Damn straight.
But it's strange. These waters don't...
Whoa! It's like...
This used to be the base of operations for a rich trading family.
Wow!
But that was a long time ago. Nowadays, it's just... But even so,
You know this area...
I grew up near here. Keep on going, and you'll run into a ball.
Then, the thing...
Yeah, somewhere in my village.
Is that okay?
No one will know me there. Everyone I knew.
Oh, damn! I forgot today was the day Nico was coming.
That's too bad. I wish she'd just open up a shop here.
I heard she doesn't want to leave the
What are you talking about? A ball's nothing but a ruin!
What? Well, you're a morbid young... Sure, the place was hit pretty bad by a demon.
Many of the villagers were hurt, but thanks to Lord Artorius, nearly...
Can't be.
It certainly is. In fact, there's a girl from there, Nico.
Just yesterday, my husband sent medicine...
That can't be right.
Velvet?
Velvet said a ball was wiped off the map. Do you think a new group of...
Apparently that merchant...
She said something about Artorius having saved the...
I can't say.
This feels wrong to me.
We won't find the truth.
Right.
But Miss
Then we'll take it.
Oh.
What's going on?
That's what I'd like to know.
We'll just have to go there and see.
I wonder what Velvet...
A ball? I've heard about it from other sailors. They said it's a fairly plain place.
That sounds like it. I wonder if Velvet...
Oh,
Not at all.
It's okay, you can admit it. It's pretty much the truth.
Well, I imagine she...
you really believe?
Call it a... get...
I bet she was a cheerful...
Maybe so.
And now she's the look. If she sees her former friends, maybe she'll remember some of what she's lost.
But what happened?
Say, do you know why Velvet was sent to that
It had to be to funnel the other...
There's an Earth Pulse point near a ball, right?
Lack of food.
Could that rumor...
Who can say?
You know it doesn't work like that.
All right, let's think.
He needed a guinea pig to test out what was written.
Precisely. He made a special cage for her in the island. Then he used Velvet.
But turning his own...
I'm just offering a theory.
How could he be capable?
Perhaps that's just how badly he wants to save this world.
Huh? Do you think there'll be ruins at this?
If you're expecting something like the undersea...
Have you been there before?
No. Eastgand has long... Plus, the land to the east is said to be on...
Even if a temple had... The worship of Innominat may be widespread now.
Right.
Still, we've seen underwater and underground temples, so...
A temple in...
It's a romantic thought, and the ancients were certainly a...
Flying temples are a bit far-fetched, eh?
Hey, that's the beauty of magic. The border between dream and reality is as fun.
Maybe you just spend too much
Maybe.
That voice!
Nico!
Come on! Nico, be here!
Here! Little tour! Here! Red light zone! Crimson zone!
Fertile blue! Fertile blue!
Infernal tour!
For what? Hurricane! I'm a crusher! I'm a crusher!
Infernal Taurus, like Hela!
Formation!
Infernal... Walls of Armor! Rock Storm! Vanishing Thunder! Like Hela! Earthquake! Vanishing Thunder!
Fertile blue!
Vanishing Thunder!
Fertile blue!
Infernal Taurus! Like Hela!
Deception! Deception!
Everyone defend! Receive light slashing! Infernal Taurus! Infernal Taurus! Everyone attack! Here! Fire Thunder! Here! Infernal Taurus! Light Hela!
Shameful defeat!
First aid! Blade of Heaven's will pierce my enemies! Mine! Infernal Taurus! Rising Falcon!
More shame upon shame!
Vanishing Thunder! Mine! Vanishing Thunder! Defiant Conviction! Rain down! Strike!
I can't believe it. Is it really you?
Velvet?
What is this? How are you alive?
I could ask you the same question. Where have you been this whole time? You just up and disappeared! Everyone thinks that you were eaten by a demon. But I knew it couldn't be true. You're too strong to let some Sorry, I didn't mean to. I have to let everyone know the good news.
Nico's alive.
Don't let your guard down. I've got a bad
Well, naturally, we've got a Reaper with us.
Let's head for a ball. We can ask everyone
Velvet, I have to ask. Are you sure that the other villagers died that day?
Well, it's not like I had time to check. This can't be.
Velvet.
Of course, I know I'm right.
Well,
I am.
It didn't.
But if she's the real thing, then something very unnatural.
Yeah,